Now, from the Random Studio, this is the News Update with your host, Andy's Randomness.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the News Update for Monday, September 17th, 2018. We have a lot to get into, a lot of good stuff we're going to talk about in this update. We have a potential minor nor'easter coming tomorrow here in the New York area. That will particularly impact the northern and western parts of the New York City tri-state area. I will confirm right now that here in the New York City area, particularly the 5 boroughs, we will only see wind gusts of 25 to 35 miles. Not see the heavy rain expected in New Jersey. That's very good news on this nor'easter, but expect down trees tomorrow. But we'll get into that. Updates regarding Florence in the Carolinas. Talk about some interesting stuff. We got an accident that happened at LaGuardia Airport today. We also had an incident with a fire, 7-alarm fire at King's Plaza earlier today. I also have some news about Brian Ross, who resigned from ABC News back in July. Apparently, he may have a new job. We'll talk about some sports stuff, minor sports stuff in the New York area we're going to get into. And a little bit of an entertainment headline, if you didn't hear the surprise Disney dropped earlier this morning. If you didn't hear, first official trailer for the Return of Mary Poppins is on YouTube, and I will react to an article that was published by the Daily Mail today. So I figured I wanted to change it up and talk about something I'm a little bit passionate about, which is entertainment, of course, which is a big headline. Let me just make sure that we are all good here. I want to make sure that, yeah, there we go. Entertainment, of course. Also, any live comments will be read at the end of the stream. So, first article ready for you today. We'll get started. All right, screen share. Window. Excellent. Here we go, everyone. Here's our first news article of the day. We will get into what is going on with tropical depression Florence. Pretty much now it's the depression. I quickly want to mention the American Red Cross is taking text donations. So if you have $10 to give to the American Red Cross, you can text, I believe it's donate to 90999, and they will be taking stuff. And I will confirm if Long Island Jewish having a donation drive tomorrow or Wednesday. If you want to donate, I will get the information out about that sometime tomorrow or Wednesday, because I'm assuming probably be next week. It'll be a whole week to get ready. But I want to confirm to you all, still no word from the White House. In fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have been on abcnews.com. It would have been on the headlines. But yeah, still no word when President Trump will be visiting North Carolina. So when I have that info, I'll get it out to you in another news update. Right now, I can confirm the official death toll from Florence is 17, and many more are to be believed to be injured. Pretty much, the governor, Roy Cooper, has said that the worst of the flooding is not being seen yet. So pretty much, let me get rid of this for a sec, because what's so annoying about this website is you have to worry about. Okay, next few days will be long ones as flooding continues. First responders have rescued and evacuated over 2,600 people and more than 300 animals from flooded areas, with more rescues continuing, said Governor Roy Cooper. Here's a picture. Residents step out of a high water vehicle after being evacuated by police when the neighbor began to flood. as Hurricane Florence makes landfall on the Carolina coast. Pretty much 35 inches and 23 inches respectively in both North Carolina and South Carolina. And this is what the Fayetteville Police Department has tweeted. Cape Fear River. So pretty much this was from earlier today at 1 o'clock. So as you're seeing here, yesterday it was just rising over here in the Cape Fear River. Today this is pretty much crested. And that's not a good sign. I will tell you that right now. Because if this had happened in inland New Jersey from a big hurricane, you would see something awful like this in inland New Jersey. All right, Topsail Island. They're doing a survey of storm surge. And this is from at NWS Morehead City. Yeah, there was a 1-year-old. You know what? I'll get rid of that article. I'll get rid of it. No need to read that one. So this read in a different article, but in this article they mentioned the same thing from another article. A 1-year-old baby named Caden Lee Welch was swept away by floodwaters in North Carolina. So this is the picture of the 1-year-old. Search and rescue teams tried looking for him. So his mom was driving on Route 218. I'm kind of in the middle of something. All right, everyone. I will be right back. I'm kind of being interrupted. Sorry about that, folks. Got really interrupted. We're back. So we can take all the time that we need because I'll explain a lot of stuff at the end of the video for the channel. But all right, so the 1-year-old named Caden Welch. That's where we left off at. If you're just tuning in. God, you I apologize about that again, everyone. I'm being rudely interrupted. Because again, my mom has to realize that I am trying to do a live stream that I organized. I took 20 minutes to find the stuff and priorities to be here for you guys. So hopefully I will lock the door. Go, and she cannot open it until I am done with this update, which we're going to have to spend the next half hour, 45 minutes doing because I have something I really want to show you guys later today. So anyhow, before we were rudely interrupted, let's recap where we left off if you're just joining us. We have 1-year-old Caden Lee Welch was swept away by floodwaters in North Carolina. Here's a picture. All right, so his mother was driving on Highway 218 when the water pushed the vehicle off the road. The Union County Sheriff also said in a Facebook post, her vehicle left the roadway and came to rest among a group of trees. She managed to free herself and Caden, who was in a car seat but lost her grip on him in the rushing water. The body has since been removed. We have this slideshow. Pull it up if we can. Hopefully we can pull this up. I mean, if we can't, I'll just X out of it if I have to. I apologize about that, everyone. Oh, here we go. Here is the pictures. So these dogs were left in a cage. I don't know how these dogs were left in there. This was taken yesterday in Leland, North Carolina. All right, floodwaters go near a church in Fayetteville called St. James Church back on Sunday. The case at all record levels. Here is a Audi and another car stuck in floodwater from a river that crested in Fayetteville. So pretty much Fayetteville is an area inland in North Carolina. And if you're not familiar with Fayetteville, it's pretty much a major city. One notable celebrity from Fayetteville is a rapper named Jermaine Cole. His professional name is J. Cole. I don't know if he's issued a public statement, but I hope he'll do the right thing and help out with the relief effort because that's his hometown. He shouldn't be bailing out like that. All right, here we go. Sheriff's airboat from a rescue. Dog in the corner. People at a shelter in Charlotte. Charlotte's seeing some rain from this too. So pretty much the whole state of North Carolina has seen rain from this, but it's worse along the coast. Another dog being rescued. Sounds like a pit bull. And you have this picture from Saturday. This boat going into a house, wherever it looks like. This is around the shore, Ocracoke, North Carolina. Debris from the storm. Another flood. More flooding. All the boats are here. All the boats are here. Oh, right. Confused here. Here is more of the aftermath. More of it right here. There. Yeah, so pretty much now we're seeing more pictures from the storm. This is back in Myrtle Beach on Saturday. More flooding back on Saturday. That picture was from Friday. So that's Route 211 might mirror Interchange 95. People can't get onto the interstate. 95 was flooded during this. More pictures. I mean, we're not really going to get into it that much. Let's see what the headline from this was. Yeah, 4,000. I'm not going to read this. So I want to see the outages. See if we can get a number. All right, so ABC 11 is reporting that 472,000 people are still without power this afternoon. So that's what we wanted to look up. So now we're going to take a look at this disturbing photo we got from NWS Eastern on Twitter. I, of course, retweeted this picture at Andy's Randomness. You can check it out for yourselves. Elizabethtown, North Carolina has seen 35.93 inches of rain. This is just remarkable. Seen some rain from this system. Just remarkable. Really is. They just sent out a tweet. Let's see what this is. Ooh, this is interesting. We just got word that a tornado watch has been issued for parts of District of Columbia, inland Maryland. Thankfully, none of Delmarva is impacted, I think. Yes, Stevensonville is not impacted. No. If my cousins are watching this, they're not impacted. But I don't know. It's possible? Maybe. In some parts of Virginia, it goes as far south as Richmond. They're under a tornado watch until 10 p.m. tonight. So I think this is one of the remnants from Florence. It's very possible. I'm going to retweet that. We'll try to retweet that as we go along. Now we'll take a look at a radar. There is a band of heavy rain going into, again, looks like there's a band of rain going into Delmarva. So we may need to take a look at what's going on over there. We'll look out of this. Here's some of the rain right here. Right there. And then this is what it looks like from space. So pretty much clouds are all over the place still. Get rid of these. And I can't really get a good image of the rain right now, in a sense. We may have to pull up an image from NWSDC radar. See what we can pull up here. Sterling, Virginia office. I think that's where we may need to get our information from. I figured I'll show you this. We may have a situation in New York tomorrow. We have a potential nor'easter coming. Yes, so now I can get you all an image of the rain. I'm trying to get you an image of the rain right now. Let's see if we can get a loop image of the rain. It's not going to loop. And if it can, it can't. There we go. So go to a loop of the image. See where this rain's ending up. This looks like the worst of it's in Virginia right now. And there's some rain trying to make it into New York. We can get this to loop. There we go. Excellent. So here's a radar image right now. That's Florence. A better image of it. The remnants of it. And this is now a classic nor'easter now. We're going to be seeing winds from this 25 to 35 miles an hour here in New York City. It's possible. The gusts are possible at this point. We, of course, have a rip current statement. The rip current risk is in effect through tomorrow night, the 18th. So we're going to take a look now. Well, we have a chance of rain at 5 o'clock, and then most of the night's going to be clear. Here's the concern for tomorrow. Any chance of thunderstorms will start at 1 o'clock in the morning. The worst chance would be sometime around 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. And then right around 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow, there is a decent chance of rain. There is an 83% chance of rain. sometime around 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow. And then look, dew points go, but the humidity's still there. And Saturday, let's just take a look at the weekend for perspective. It gets less humid, but we need the humidity to at least be in the 50% or 40% range to notice it. Let's check up on Ocean City for a quick second, and then we'll check a look at the GFS. I'll make sure the GFS is there. Okay, here we go. The chance of rain in Delmarva as well tonight. We can pull this up. Delmarva has a less chance of a rain, but you go into 3 o'clock tomorrow, then there's a decent chance. Yeah, 6 p.m. tomorrow in Delmarva. That's the worst chance of the rain. Now we'll take a look. Some advisories from Wakefield. Beach hazard statement. Beach hazard statement rains until 8 p.m. this evening. High rip current risk remains in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. So pretty much we're not going to get into it. So now, let's wrap up your weather update. Let's see what the GFS is saying about the Noreaster. Oh, got to check the wind gust. Well, let's pull it back up. Pull it back up. We'll come right back up, everyone. It loads up pretty quick. Okay, let's see what tomorrow will entail. Okay, wind. Wind. All right, so not noticeable wind gust to near 20 to 30 miles an hour. I can't make that out at the moment, but yeah. Let's go to the GFS. Yeah, 12 hours from now, it looks like it's going to be 18. Yeah, there's that heavy band of rain on Wednesday morning. Then it gets on out of here. Let's look at the NAM. 12K. We're not going to do dew points temperatures because that's more of Pine Power's specialty. He does more of that than I do. I'm just trying to see what my models are saying. All right, let's see what the 18Z is saying, if it'll load up. Hopefully it will. There we go. 18C is loaded right up. Good. Let's see what we got. All right, so the 18C is making it look decent. Looks like the worst of it's actually on Wednesday. So you can't really get an ideal forecast. Yeah. So again, looks like we're not going to get the worst of it. It looks like from what the NAM is making out, once again, north and west of New York City is going to get the worst of it. I think it'll just be light to medium showers, but then the heaviest could probably be overnight tomorrow from what the NAM is making out in New York City. Let's just see what the NAM thinks about Delmarva for a sec. Let's see. Yeah, surprisingly, no heavy rain band in Delmarva. All right. We'll move on. This is a story you're only going to hear from NBC4, apparently. If you didn't hear from Matt Camper earlier today, you know what? We'll mention this story as well. Talked about today. We'll leave it right here when we organize the sports stuff. So anyhow, here's what happened earlier this afternoon at LaGuardia Airport. A crash involving at least one taxi near LaGuardia Terminal B. I apologize about that, everyone. I will pause that. So what happened was 5 vehicles involved, one taxi near LaGuardia Airport's Terminal B earlier this afternoon forced a shutdown of arrivals at the terminal and left 6 people injured, authorities said. It's not clear what the cause of the wreck shortly before 1 o'clock this afternoon None of the injuries were to be life-threatening. This news was first reported by the Citizen app. It showed at least 2 yellow taxis with extensive damage, a cab pickup Curie, but it's not clear if either of one Port Authority officials said was involved in the wreck. All right, so pretty much Terminal B arrivals reopened on a limited basis within an hour. It wasn't clear when it would be fully restored. All traffic was being rerouted to departure levels in the meantime. All right, I'll open this one instead. Let's go with the 4 New York article on what happened today in Brooklyn. So if you didn't hear
Let's go back to Brooklyn
what happened in Brooklyn. All right, so here's what happened. Earlier this morning, a 7-alarm fire tore through a multi-level parking garage at Kings Plaza Shopping Center in Brooklyn, enveloping the entire area into thick smoke, engulfing multiple vehicles and leaving nearly 24 people hurt. A call about the fire in the parking garage at the mall on Avenue U in Flatbush Avenue came in shortly before 9 a.m. Monday. The blaze quickly escalated from a 2-alarm fire to a 4-alarm fire, then became a 6-alarm within an hour. By 11:15 a.m., it was a 7-alarm blaze. It was under control by noon. 21 people, 18 of them firefighters, suffered non-life-threatening injuries, mostly related to smoke inhalation and heat exhaustion. 4 of the victims were taken to hospitals. Fire officials warned the patient total would likely rise. I just want to load up NYCT. Let's load up the MTA's website. I wanted to talk to you about a story that Jason Anthony and Matt Camper reported earlier as well. Okay, let's see what we got. Get into that in just a second. Yes, this is what I wanted to look at. All right, good news. I'll try to get the tweet up in just a second. I want to confirm my story, everyone. I don't want to give you wrong information. I would hate to do that. I also want to load up these pictures if I can. So as you see here, this is from the top floor. This is a helicopter image of the area. Here's another look at it. This parking garage, and I know this area very well because I mentioned it earlier on Periscope, that I have literally live right off Kings Highway. Like they were literally, they live right near this building. And pretty much this is the second largest hub in Brooklyn. It's right by Kings Highway. And yeah, here's one of the other images, as you see here. And this is awful what happened here. I'm trying to load this, but apparently it will not come up. Just wanted to see what happened. And here's another picture from Citizen app. The smoke in the area. Yes, that's Flatbush Avenue. That's definitely Flatbush Avenue. That's one of the entrances. That's one right by the parking garage. Yeah, look at this. The smoke was even viewable from the Belt Parkway. Wow. That's right by the Mill Basin Drawbridge. And as I said, I am very familiar with this area. Also up the street on Flatbush Avenue, I know there is one of the bus depots. I forget the name of it at the moment. On the top of my head. But I know there's a bus depot literally right near there. Right near there where the B-41 is housed. Yeah. Like 15 pictures. Yeah, this was really scary. If you were on Flatbush Avenue, you must have been terrified if you were trying to get to Kings Highway or the Belt Parkway. Or further up north into downtown Brooklyn. All right, we have good news. What happened on the 4, 5, and 6? Not the 4, 5, and 6. The N, Q, R, and W. I'll get into what happened. Yeah, pretty much. This was how this fire started. We do not know what happened here. Was this deliberately set in Brooklyn? We just don't know. And as I mentioned before, Mill Basin lately is getting a bad rap. Literally, Mill Basin used to be a safe area. Now it's becoming a bad area to be terrible in. And usually, Mill Basin is a blue collar area, and yet I don't know how in the world is Mill Basin's image going downhill. I just don't understand that. Okay, garage holds about 4,000 spaces, and fire officials said 120 cars normally stored there by a car dealership. There were some explosions from car tires burning. Right, I know that. Macy's, Best Buy, Sears is still open in that building. Okay. So let's go to NYCT bus for a sec and see if any bus lines are being restored, because B41 Limited is supposed to start right now. Just trying to see if anything has... Okay, very good news. B41. Okay, the following bus routes 2 hours ago were restored. I'll give you the following routes: B2, 3, B9, B41, B44, B46, B46 Select Bus, and B47 resume service right after 2 o'clock this afternoon. So the good news is the area around Flatbush Avenue and Kings Highway in Mill Basin is reopened. So that's very good news. The traffic can finally get through in the area because most people are coming home from work on the Belt Parkway. And you don't want those people getting annoyed at all that traffic that's always built up on the drawbridge. But yeah. But let's talk about what happened on the subway. And this story was first broke by 3 people. 3 people were Greg Rice from 1010 Wins, Matt Camper, and Jason Anthony Pinero. So here's what happened earlier this afternoon, right after 12:30. The MTA had to make urgent track repairs on the N, R, and W tunnel between Manhattan and Queens. During this, there was no W train service. Northbound R trains had to be rerouted on the Q and F lines between 57th Street and 36th Street. And some northbound N trains had to stop along the Q line north of 57th Street. And then service resumed 2 hours ago. And we've had chaos today with these automatic brakes getting deployed. And I still want to know why the FTA is not investigating this. But pretty much the majority of 2018 has seen the worst for the automatic brake situation. PTC is failing. It really is. So here's what happened. Northbound 4 and 5s had to run local because of trains automatic brakes put at 59th Street. Then we had an issue with the B and the D train because of signal problems at 47th Street, Rockefeller Center. I'm trying to find out that tweet from earlier this morning. I know I saw it. Yeah, here's what happened earlier this morning during the rush hour. So what happened was Manhattan-bound E and F trains had problems this morning because, get this, the automatic brakes deployed at 36th Street Astoria. Can't make this stuff up. You really can't. It's just been a bad day. In fact, let me find that article about NYC Subways. Well, there was an article I wanted to show. Yeah, here we go. I'll pull it up in just a second. Figure for the heck of it, let's see if there's any breaking news on the Long Island Railroad for the heck of it. It's already been a bad day with Nice Bus. It's already been a bad day with Queens Village. I was on a bus that almost stalled out today on the 46th. And I did mention that in the video I did plan for today, so it'll be up after I done with this. Let's just check the Long Island Railroad. Oh, boy. Look at this, folks. We're having problems on the Long Island Railroad this afternoon. And guess what? We have an issue right now on the Babylon branch. 2. All right, the update is Long Island Railroad is experiencing delays averaging 20 minutes due to an earlier unauthorized person on the tracks near Woodside. You know what song we're going to play now, folks? First, the subways are having issues. Nice Bus is having issues. Queens Village is having issues. And now the Long Island Railroad. This is a complete disaster. Now let's see on the Hempstead branch. Yep. All right, so I will confirm to you what lines are affected right now. The following lines are pretty much all the lines that go to Woodside. Babylon. Let's see, City Terminal? Yeah, even City Terminal seeing delays. I forgot. Hunters Point service is starting. Right, dumb me. So, Babylon, City Terminal, Hempstead, Port Jefferson, Port Washington, Ronkonkoma, all experiencing delays of 20 minutes due to an unauthorized person being struck by a train at Woodside. Oh, you just can't make this stuff up. The only good branches working right now are the Far Rockaway and West Hempstead branch and the Oyster Bay branch. Those are the only branches that have good service right now. All right, so that's how the Long Island Railroad's doing at the moment. New York City Subways had one delay without rush hour delays last month. Let's read this. Let's all read this. Back on August 23rd, and you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. There were no signal breakdowns between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., according to a study by transit advocates on the Writers Alliance and Strap Hangers campaign. There were other delays on the B and the Q line, a tripped emergency brake on the 5 line, sick passenger. Other than that, no signal problems. The L train, which had upgraded signaling system, was the only line not to hit a signal snag during August. Subways had their worst day of the month a week earlier on August 14th when there were 15 signal delays and 13 mechanical delays. DNR lines were tied for the worst performance in August with 11 signal delays and 5 delays caused by mechanical issues. I'm not going to get into the fast forward stuff. I just wanted to read that information because it was very important to talk about that. I figured nobody would bring it up because I know I heard something similar about it on Channel 7 News last night. So I'm glad the Post had a really in-depth article about it. So we'll get to the entertainment stuff after because Brian Ross is an entertainment guy now. Let's move on to some sports headlines. If you didn't hear the official announcement on WCBS News Radio 880 at 9 a.m. this morning, New York Metropolitans have a new radio home starting in 2019 as the New York Mets will be exclusively on WCBS News Radio 880. Know why I'm playing that? Because they are on a Class A station. That's a very big deal. So pretty much this deal will begin in 2019, and it will go all the way until 2025. That is very good news. Okay, Entercom's radio stations will offer promotional support. pretty much now, right, they will offer promotional deals on both the Yankees and the Mets. So that's very good news. Very good. It's Entercom Radio. So better radio. Yeah, it's very good news. No more WOR. Figured I will read this article next from the WFAN website. So we have developing news about the Yankees this afternoon. For the soundbite. All right, here's the developing news regarding the Yankees this afternoon. Aaron Judge had 11 at-bats in a simulated game, and even more news about Chappie. Aroldis Chapman threw 22 pitches, perhaps the last steps before both are cleared to return to full action. The team said Judge faced right-handers A.J. Cole and Chance Adams, along with minor league left-hander Philip Dennehy at Yankee Stadium on Monday. Pretty much Judge only played 2 innings in right field on Friday night. Okay, manager Aaron Boone said last weekend that Aaron Judge and Aroldis Chapman could return during the 3-game series against the Boston Red Sox. Pretty much Boston, if they win, they will clinch the American League East, which, again, don't really care about that. I care more if the Yankees just get the first wild card at this point. Now, this is an interesting story people have been talking about. Buffalo Bills cornerback Vontae Davis retires. He has left the team at halftime. As if Bills coach Sean McDermott didn't have enough to worry about in trailing the Los Angeles Chargers 28-6 at halftime back on Sunday, he had to contend with veteran cornerback Vontae Davis quitting on the team. He pulled himself out of the game. He communicated to us that he was done, Sean McDermott revealed after a 31-20 loss. McDermott provided no details to bluntly say no when Axe Davis is injured. Pretty much he went bye-bye. That's what happened here. So let me look him up. Vontae Davis. I think I recognize him. He's been pretty much trending all day. Like, this has been like next to the developing story. Vernon Davis, I think he also plays football. All right, so now I remember him. He played for the Colts. Now I remember him. Oh, okay. He is a tight end. That's an offensive guy. So he's still active, Vernon Davis. He's 34. Oh, football brothers. Eli and Peyton. Now we'll go to your entertainment headlines. First up, former ABC anchor Brian Ross is back and ready to cover President Trump again. All right. Law and crime. That's interesting. So pretty much now he's doing a digital-only thing. So I'll Google anything else about Brian Ross. I do want to talk about Mary Poppins because it's the big story today. The big entertainment headline that everybody's been talking about all day. Let's see. Because Brian Ross officially resigned from ABC News. Here we go. So, they have joined the Law and Crime Network. The network is owned by the host of A&E's Live PD and ABC News legal analyst Dan Abrams. So Dan Abrams is not leaving the media anytime soon, surprisingly. All right, our last story from today. If you have not seen the trailer online, earlier this morning at 10 o'clock, Walt Disney Pictures released the official trailer to Mary Poppins Returns, which stars Emily Blunt playing the role of Mary Poppins. And also, Dick Van Dyke will also be in this movie. The trailer also revealed that. He's now playing the son of Mr. Dawes. Look at this. They look virtually the same. Pretty much online, the reaction was very good. So the movie will have a grown-up Michael and Shane, played by Glenn Wishaw and Emily Mortimer. Look at this. A little bit of a comparison to the original Mary Poppins, played by Julie Andrews. So as you can see here, here is Emily Blunt in her costume. Now this is interesting. If you don't remember who he was the leading actor in the Broadway play Hamilton. Pretty much now, he's gotten huge movie roles in the past couple of years, winning Tonys for his lead role in Hamilton. And there are the children of the Banks. Now this looks magical. I'll admit that. So pretty much Ron Marshall, the director of this movie, revealed that Emily Blunt was the only person he thought he could recreate the Poppins character, originally portrayed by Julie Andrews in the original 1964 classic Mary Poppins. Disney will release Mary Poppins Returns on December 19th, a Wednesday release in the midst of a crowded holiday movie season, which will honestly be awful. No one will. Disney is king. Remember that. They are a big media conglomerate. Just want to check one last thing for the Blu-ray releases. See if Christopher Robin has a Blu-ray release date yet. Okay, no word when it will be released. All right, the only rumored release date is November 6th. I know The Incredibles 2 has a Blu-ray release date of November 6th. Yes. You know that. Now, this is the part where I read your comments. If any comments were made in this video, if there weren't, I will end this. Let's see if any comments were made in this video. All right, we got a good question. How much is the rent supposed to be for Long Island? Well, to answer your question, on average, from what I've seen on rent.com, the average rent around Nassau County is somewhere around $2,000 to $3,500. That is your question I can answer. Me and my girlfriend were looking into this nice fancy building in Mineola, and we said to ourselves, $3,000 is certainly a little bit less cheaper than what the snobs are paying in the South Shore, but I forget the name of the building right now, but, you know, depends if she gets a good job, and I'm not going to get into that until, you know, she wants to talk about it. All right, chat moderator Matt Camper, 2 important comments. All right, first thing Matt Camper said was that on his YouTube channel, he'll be covering this Long Island Railroad issue I talked about earlier. And then apparently the person wasn't hit according to what he heard. So if you want an update, please subscribe to Matt Camper's channel. That is Matt, and space it out with a K-A-M-P-E-R. I guess, once again, Will, if you're watching, look at her on. I promised I would, you know, look at comments. Surprisingly, Mocha didn't say anything. All right. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to upload the video I have for you all today because doing this live is so much easier. Trust me. It is. If you were watching on replay, thank you very much. It means a lot to me. I don't know about a news update tomorrow. We'll see if there's any news that needs to be talked about. Maybe I'll do a quick weather update on Wednesday, if any rainfall totals were released from Upton. That's what I could do. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Hey, everyone, and stay tuned for the planned video I have for today, which will be uploaded right about now. Take care.